I made a new pulse damping chamber. Total weight in the end was 79.6 grams, very light. More testing of the fuel pump regulator and a new pulse reducing chamber that I built. Now this one is substantially smaller than the last one. It's also made of 0.5mm aluminium, and with the end cap, but without the brass fittings, only weighs a bit over 70 grams, so very light. Now this is with the maximum fuel flow out of the regulator. As you can see, the pressure's 2 psi. That's out of this connector up to this valve, so I can control the amount of flow. There's nothing coming out of the bypass, out of the regulator, so literally it's coming out of the pump. It's pulsing, as you can hear. Goes into the bottom of the canister, 300 millilitres about, and comes out this hose, goes to the regulator. If it exceeds the set pressure, which is the minimum, the absolute minimum that thing can be set to, it'll bypass out here. Otherwise it comes out here, and in real use it will also come out of this one, but at the moment this hose is just full of pressure up the valve. So if I turn off or restrict the fuel flow, which I have just done, and you can see the pressure goes up to 3 psi. So at this point the fuel flow is restricted slightly, so not a huge lot, but it is restricted a bit. Now there is a very small amount of fuel going down the bypass. A bit hard to see probably, but there's a pile of bubbles there. Now if I close off the valve completely, all the fuel that the pump is pumping is now going down the bypass, and there is a lot of fuel going down there now. And there's still no fluctuations in the valve, in the fuel pressure, which is what I want. I want a nice steady fuel supply pressure going to the carburetor and to the other valve I've got. Now, pull this out, you'll be able to see just how much fuel is flying. There is lots. Quite a bit. So yeah, pretty happy with that. I might try the other battery. This one may be getting a little bit low, so anyway, I'll give it a good boost and just see what the pressure gets up to. Alright, now I have the higher voltage battery fitted. It's a 4-cell LiPo. It's raised the pressure a tiny little bit, not enough to worry about. And if I restrict the fuel flow, it's like last time, it goes up. So at this point there is a tiny little bit of fuel going down the return, but the majority of it, by a long shot, is still going down this hose. Probably more than the bike would use, apart from possibly when it's on max boost and already going for it. Now I might turn this off completely, which it is now off completely. As you can see, it's still only doing about 4 psi, which it did before, but now without doing anything, all the fuel is coming out the bypass. So this is working really well, even with the 300mm can, which is a lot smaller than I thought I'd get away with. This is steady as, there's not a lot of pulsing going on, despite this being a pulse pump, which you can hear. Regulator's not having any trouble with it. way of steadying the output of these, or steadying the supply of fuel. But I think this is the go in conjunction with this regulator. So pretty happy with the outcomes.